Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I was recently at my local grocery store when I saw that they sold pre-made guacamole. Really? Who would buy pre-made guacamole? Well, there's actually a large market for it, at least based on the cold case that I was looking at. So I thought to myself, isn't it super easy to do on your own? I mean, I've been making it by myself with 3 simple ingredients for a while, but that's not necessarily YouTube worthy, so why don't we do a couple recipes here. We'll do the emergency recipe where if you have essentially just avocados, salt, and an optional lime, it'll do you great. And then we'll get into another recipe that I just tried with some food limit exceptions, which we'll talk about before that recipe starts. That'll really up the taste of your guacamole and have everyone coming back for seconds, thirds, or until the bowl is gone in probably 30 seconds. Anyways, let's get to it.
Ingredients: 2 avocados, a pinch of salt per avocado, so in this case it's 2, and 1 lime. Take your avocado and carefully cut it open. Turns out if you're bad at this, there's a condition colloquially nicknamed avocado hand that you can go look up in your free time, but go with a blood advisory warning. Carefully take the pit out of your avocado and scoop its guts into your bowl. If there are any dodgy looking brown bits, you can toss them out or put them in. I don't generally worry about them unless close to a third of the avocado is brown, in which case I throw it in the trash where it belongs. Cut your lime in half and squeeze in the juice from 1/2 first. You may not want more, so hold on the other bit till the end. As promised, this super simple emergency guac recipe just needs some salt and to be mashed together until it resembles the guacamole you know and love. The best part is you can slam it on the table in front of your guests with your victorious war cry, "Ah!" and they will praise you for a job well done once they recover from the shock.
Okay, so you've survived the first recipe, and yeah, it's basically the emergency. I don't have many ingredients, I just ran to the store to get avocados and then forgot that maybe there's a bit more to guacamole than just a couple ingredients. Well, you also probably have the additional items that we're going to include in the next recipe on hand. However, I want to talk about the things that we're not going to use that often appear in guacamoles, such as tomatoes and cilantro. So tomatoes, in my opinion, don't really have a place in guacamole because they don't actually add any kind of texture to the food. You can get, I guess, really firm tomatoes and then cut them in and then you have the contrast, but if you use nice, delicious, ripe tomatoes, they're kind of mushy. The guacamole's kind of mushy. It doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Cilantro's the more interesting one though. So it turns out that there are people who I will dub tasters who actually cannot taste cilantro as a plant, but rather taste it as some kind of disgusting, soapy flavor that just makes you really want to puke. That's the main reason why I don't use a lot of cilantro in my food. I just don't particularly like the taste. I'm not a taster. That being said, I've seen a lot of recipes online where people have said, oh, this would be great except for the cilantro because that makes it taste like crap. So without any further ado, we are going to move on to recipe number 2, which I can assure you is absolutely delicious and it doesn't have any tomato or cilantro to speak of.
Ingredients: round 2. Fight! 3 avocados this time. You'll need them to counterbalance the onion appropriately. 1 pinch of salt per avocado, so that's 3 pinches of salt in case you can't do math. 1 clove of garlic, some lime juice, and 1/4 of an onion. But since those aren't just laying around, you'll have to grab a whole one from the bag and quarter it yourself. Get your avocados in a bowl and choose how to prepare your garlic. I pressed it in my handy little press because it allows for the most consistent texture and distribution through the guacamole. Take your 1/4 of an onion and dice it finely, taking care with your hands. If you don't think you can safely make the cut, don't do it. Alternately, you could pulse it in a blender just a little bit to get small pieces, but don't turn it into a paste. The onion is going to provide a small amount of texture for your guacamole. In case it's not apparent, squeeze in your lime. Also squeeze its soul out if you're so inclined. Add those 3 pinches of salt, you can always add more, but start with 3, and mash everything together with your fork. And give it a taste to see if you like it. If you do, great! You're done. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment on how you like to make your guacamole. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the upper right hand corner and ring the little bell icon to stay notified whenever I post. I'll see you guys in my next video.